After witnessing another heinous debacle here inside the Bitcoin chart, the question now becomes, is this truly the potential last chance for the bulls to keep control? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Bitcoin has fallen out and broken down out of several bearish pattern formations, in my opinion, and right now I see that we are teetering on a very, very critical level here. Is this now in favor of the bears, or may the bulls still be in control? This is what I want to discuss here today. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice, this is not trading advice, these are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the 4-hour time frame. For me, we saw several bearish patterns form here. I actually want to start on the daily and recap this action here. If we notice here, we have our parabolic trend line outlined in the white that really has been maintained and held up to our top here. So we ran from the bottom here, roughly late July, all the way up to about August 8th, which is insane, really. But what wound up happening towards the end of this parabolic line here is that we started to form what, in my opinion, looked like a rising wedge, with a slanted line of resistance along the top and our parabolic trend line being the support on the bottom. And we did wind up breaking down out of that pretty viciously. That was pattern number one. Pattern number two here, we had what appeared to be, in my opinion as well, a tentative descending triangle pattern formation, which right now is very interesting. But if you're unaware, descending triangles are generally bearish patterns with a series of lower highs with a flat line of support along the bottom, and they do tend to like to break to the downside more than to the upside. Let's get this crypto. So now we find ourselves right here. We're trading sideways now for, about a day now. We've been trading sideways with just a little bit of random liquidation hunter bot action within this range right now. This is a very tight range here. If you notice, I'll use my price range tool. It's roughly about 2%. So for me right now, it's just the bots trading back and forth within this range. And where we're really going to see this action unfold is when we get a break of this region here. So let's zoom out now and understand where we're at. Bitcoin right now is finding support along this green box, which for me, if you are subscribed here, you would know by now, is a support box, a tentative support box between 10,900 all the way up to 11,200. And the reason for this box here is because of a ton of past price action, historic confluence. We also now here, if we zoom over, scroll over rather to the right, we also see the bottom of this box here is completely in sync with the 0.618 golden Fibonacci retracement of the entire macro trend. So it would not be out of the ordinary, in my opinion, to potentially test back down to that golden Fibonacci, as this has been a range where we've seen a lot of action in the past, and after potentially being rejected here for a new macro low, that we could look to test along the 0.618 Fibonacci, which is around 10,900. Let's get this crypto. But now we have to understand here what looks like, who looks to be in control here. That's a better way to put it, the bulls or the bears, because right now, after trading sideways in here for a week as well, I mean, this was just a bunch of nonsense in here, ladies and gentlemen. You understand this, right? This was nothing more than sideways equilibrium. We just saw bots pumping and dumping over and over again within this range. It was just all liquidation hunts. There was no swings to be had here. If you're scalping, I mean, what are you, picking bottoms and looking to just get out of your position right away? I mean, very, very interesting times here, to say the least, over the past week. It's really just been a lot of algorithm driven trading in here. Even this candle that we saw right here, you guys know that the underbelly of this resistance box for me here at roughly 11,850, this has been an area that I've been looking at for the bears to really regain control, and it appears that they have right now. But that didn't happen without a ton of liquidation wicks over this range, and then a ton of spikes back down nearly immediately after testing. So this has just been a crazy range. Like I said, don't feel discouraged if you've been liquidated or stopped out by trading inside this range. This has just been a very algorithm driven area, and you know, this is how it goes sometimes, right? So now we find ourselves really in phase 2 of this zone for me, ladies and gentlemen, as that is where we are at right now. As I've just stated and pointed out for you all, we are trading within this small 2% range, right above resistance, and now right underneath support, right? Right above support and right underneath resistance. And that resistance line is the old support of our tentative descending triangle, which has now apparently broke to the downside. You see this, right? How its old support becomes new resistance. Let's actually draw a box here to outline this. Okay, so we're stuck between these two right now, and we need to start identifying the target zones for another move to the downside or that move to the upside. So right now, I pointed out for you that the 0.618 Fibonacci is looming right around the bottom here, right? But if we do actually use our Fibonacci retracement just for this move here, not for the macro move, the other one is being pulled from all the way at the top, right? Around 14,000, that's where that one is. But if we use this right here and just look at this move as a whole, our current swing high, what we can see now is that we've actually tested right down to the 0.382. You see how the bots react to this, right? That is completely algorithm driven, in my opinion. Liquidation hunt, all of the bots stack buys around the 0.382 Fibonacci, and we've bounced right back to where we were before the drop. Let's get this crypto. So other key interesting areas for me, ladies and gentlemen, I pointed out that that 0.618 for the macro move is right at the bottom of this box here. And then more importantly, for this move, we have our 0.5 is just underneath the box, right? So if we actually extend that range here, right, it's only roughly about another 2% move below the box for that 0.5 Fibonacci, which generally does like to get tested as well in pullbacks before the bulls look to find some more momentum. So if we actually drag this box down here, I think it's a fair assessment to say that we could overshoot to look to retest that range before finding some tentative support for the bulls to maybe retest back up. But what we all have to understand here is that even if we test these levels and find support, right, say we chop around and we look to go back up, we certainly can just still get rejected on a lower high trajectory here and maintain the downward trending line of resistance, right? You see this. For me right now, this trend definitely is at a transitional period here where the bulls are going to absolutely need to show that they're serious and break to a new higher high with a lot of volume. Or for me, ladies and gentlemen, this may in fact just be the last chance here for them, as if they do not have enough momentum behind this buying pressure here, we certainly could see that this area does not maintain support and we drop deep down into the crypto abyss. You know, I hope that I'm outlining here for you as simplistically as possible, if that's even a correct word. What we're seeing here is that we could wind up bouncing from this region. We could wind up testing back up to this downward sloping trend line, get rejected like that, or we wind up simply just purging back down, you know, really to lower levels here. But I think for me, this last chance zone for the bulls is truly where we're at now, down to that 0.5 fib on the local Fibonacci retracement. And if we want to draw a price range from the top of this resistance box here that I have drawn, to the bottom where that 0.5 is, that's about a 6% range, which would drop us down to roughly 10,740, 10,750 on my chart. And what we could expect from there is that that may be the area that the bulls would look to finally step in and make a stand here, right, or take a stand, because if that level is not held, I'm finding it very, very difficult, ladies and gentlemen, that the bulls are still going to be in control here, at least in a micro sense, right? I mean, the macro structure, sure, we've been on a parabolic trajectory and we are seeing a massive correction right now. But what we also have to understand here is the fact that we have now, since June, we're talking about months now, multiple months, ladies and gentlemen, we have been in a bearish, downward trending structure here with lower highs and lower lows. And right now, until proven otherwise, I do not see a reason that the momentum has to have shifted to the bulls at this time. We have not even stuck in a new higher high, right? And we've already started to drop, you know, and we're already roughly now, we've dropped at the peak here 10% from that high. So for me, right now, this is certainly the last chance area for the bulls, in my opinion, as if we do drop back down into that $9,400 region where we found support prior to this many times, we are starting to look like this could all be one giant descending triangle pattern, in my opinion, which, just like this one, let's clean this up so we could see it a little bit better. Like this one up here that I just showed you, we broke down out of, right? A flat line of support along the bottom with a downward sloping resistance line along the top. This looks exactly the same to me here, ladies and gentlemen. Flat line of support along the bottom and a downward sloping resistance line along the top. It would not surprise me in the least that this could wind up playing out to be an epic bearish pattern here, just the same as we saw here back in 2018 throughout our bear market, which then eventually led to Bitcoin's 50% capitulation. Let's get this crypto. So right now, guys, I need you to be ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass here. If you are trading this market, right now we're still just kind of stuck in an equilibrium here. We're chopping around in a range right now that's very tight, right? You see that this range is being bot driven. If you're getting stopped out by algorithms right now, the thing is that you're using probably a very tight stop loss or way too much margin, right? Way too much leverage, that your liquidation prices are way too close to your entries. But like I stated, this type of whipsaw action that we're seeing in here is evidence that the bots, in my opinion, have complete control of these ranges. And it's very, very dangerous trading in environments like this. So for me right now, I'm awaiting a proper entry that for me looks to provide a high reward, low risk trade setup. And that for me is going to be a break of one of these ranges here. I'm looking to play the market to the upside or to the downside. It does not matter to me. I'm awaiting the moment where I see a high reward, low risk trade setup arise. Currently at this point in time, this is an area that many just get wicked out, right? For me right now, I'm not interested in getting wicked out in here, right? Sometimes not being in a position is the best position. For me right now, that's the approach I'm planning to take until we get a break here, right? When we get the break, Don Carbanaccio is looking to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. It's all about timing. It's all about proper risk reward, bankroll management, etc., etc. I keep you all updated in VIP with every single trade I make, as I'm going to be taking trades here upon this break for potentially life-changing trading opportunity. I will be keeping you all updated in VIP with every single trade I make in real time. Shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. The heinous possibilities here in either direction, they look immense, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking almost 20% to the upside and to the downside for at least my targets of what we could expect when we do get a break here. So I'm looking to get very, very aggressive here. I'm just waiting for the perfect time. I'm not waiting I'm not looking to get wrecked and wicked out in these little areas in here, right? We already know that this area has been very, very choppy and has done absolutely nothing here The price didn't do anything. It traded sideways, and all this did was scalp profits for algorithm bots back and forth, scalping literally micro percentages, ladies and gentlemen, 0.001% per trade over and over again 10 million times a day. That's called high frequency trading, HFT bots, right? So for me right now, the next swing does appear to be looming in the shadows here, and right now I'm preparing. If you fail to plan, then your plan is to fail. Don Carbonaccio does not fail to plan. Don Carbonaccio plans to succeed. And right now I've got the battle helmet on, the mud boots, and the trench coat, and I'm ready to get this crypto. So I will be keeping you updated in VIP when I make my trades here, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see my entries, my exits, my targets, all of my strategies, I post it in real time for you in VIP. Right now, I'm preparing to get this crypto on this move, and I will see you all in VIP when I post my trades. Let's get this crypto. But now I'd like to focus here as well, ladies and gentlemen, on the Bitcoin dominance. The Fear and Greed Index, the Bitcoin Google Trends data, etc. And that is where we're going to transition to right now. Let's get this crypto. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh. So now let's take a look here at the Bitcoin dominance. Currently, at the time of recording, we are at a 68.3. We could see the dominance is still on a parabolic rise. I mean, we've been ripping to relatively new multi-year highs over the past several weeks, going as high as 69% yesterday. Right now, it's cooled off just a little bit, right back into the 68 range. But my friends, the altcoins here, they're in a very, very difficult spot, as if we do go over to the total crypto market cap here, excluding Bitcoin, I want you all to see where we currently are. And this, for me, just like it's the last chance for the bulls on Bitcoin, we're talking about the last chance box here for the altcoins, in my opinion, here as well. As if we do wind up dropping below this red box, dropping below the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, my friends, I mean, look at what we're talking about here. Crypto abyss. We're talking about crypto abyss yet again. So just like for Bitcoin, the altcoins are on there. This is it for me. This appears to be the last stand here. If they have trouble maintaining this range and then looking to climb from here, it looks very, very problematic, in my opinion, that this thing could look to rip all the way deep down. You already know where that could go. So for me right now, still watching Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin still looks to be the one with the spotlight on it here. Although the alts are doing well today, this does not make up for any of the losses they've incurred over the past several months here. It's just been an absolute debacle inside the altcoin market. So for me, all of my attention here is still on Bitcoin, short and long, and looking to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. Let's get this crypto. Now, crypto fear and greed index, also just very neutral here, not much changing. You could see this is just trading sideways, just the same as Bitcoin has been trading sideways for the better part of a week. Not much changing for me there. And the Google Trends data, this is the interesting portion of this here. This is worldwide data over the past 90 days. Obviously, we had our peak on June 26th when Bitcoin reached roughly 14,000. Then we've just declined ever since then, right, with our series of lower highs and lower lows in a bearish structure. The bearish structure here on the Bitcoin Google Trends data has been just the same. Then we had our spike here on August 5th, right? And if you look at August 5th, ladies and gentlemen, where was it? Where was it? Let's get back in here. Ding, ding, ding. Chicken wings for dinner. Tofu if you're vegan. It was the top of our current, run up here. And that's exactly what you would expect, right? All the interest comes in from FOMO Joe, Average Joe, and James at the water cooler. Right when they reach the top of the trend, they FOMO in and get immediately wrecked. Let's get this crypto. But for me right now, since then, right, all we've done is trade sideways and drop off a cliff again, holding on by a thread to our last support here. And the Google Trends data has gone right back down to where it was before the drop, roughly, right? So for me right now, ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed here in terms of interest in this market. It appears to me that it's a lot of the same capital sloshing around back and forth. And for me, that also does still favor the bears. So right now, this is truly, for me, the last chance for the bulls, both on Bitcoin and the altcoins. I hope that you see my ranges here. I hope that you understand that there is likely going to be potentially life-changing trading opportunity looming in the shadows here, because the next swing is likely going to be heinous. And I'm not looking to miss out on this. So if you want to see my trades in real time as I make them, as I make my strategies, etc., then I will see you in VIP, because I will be posting everything for you. All of my entries, my exits, my targets, my take profits, all in real time to the absolute second that I enter my trades, exit my trades, etc. I post it all for you in VIP. So shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. So guys, prepare here. We're stuck in this equilibrium still right now, but things are about to get very, very juicy in my opinion. Just like we saw down here, consolidation, trade sideways in a range for just a little bit, and then you all see what happened after this. Let's get this crypto. So right now, guys, it's time to get the battle helmet on, the mud boots, and the trench coat. Prepare for action here. Prepare for insane volatility and a large swing that may be coming, in my opinion, and get ready to crush the market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can. So it's been my absolute pleasure here, ladies and gentlemen. If you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. I'm ready to crush this market. Are you? Today is the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you all in VIP right now. Shout out to my VIPs and shout out to all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.